In this video, we will see how to test a Drupal site using the Drupal module called Drulenium. So we will use the edX.org website. We will update the Drupal core as well as few contributed modules on the development site and test it. So here the site is hosted on Acquia. We have 4 environments here: dev, stage, prod and QA. Typically in Acquia hosting environment, we will have 3 environments: dev, stage and prod. And here this system is configured to take the prod database every day and copy it into stage. So stage should have the fresh data from prod. So let's start our site upgrade process. So first I will take the stage files and database and copy it into QA environment so that we have the updated files and content to start with. So while the database is being copied, I will explain about the testing module Drulenium. So the concept here is to take the screenshots of the web pages before you make the changes, then make your changes and take the screenshots afterwards, and the system will calculate the difference between the first screenshot and the second screenshot. So here in our case, we will take the screenshot of the stage website and we will do the site upgrade on the dev site, and the system will take the screenshots on the dev site and will calculate the difference in the images between the dev and the stage to see if it broke anything or if there is any unwanted change here. So now that the database is copied from stage to QA, let's create a test account on QA so that we can run the tests as a logged in user if we want to. So I will go to qa.edx.org. I will log in as admin. And here I will create a test account. I will give the role editor. And now I have the test account. So the QA environment is ready. So let's copy QA to dev so that the test user account also exists on dev. While the database is being copied, I can go through some steps on what we are going to do. So I will also make the dev environment live development so that it's quicker for this video. But you should really use your local site for development and use Git to manage the code. So I will enable the live development on dev. And it might take some time to copy the database from QA, which had the test account created, and also we're configuring the dev environment for live development. So here it says that the database has been copied from QA to dev, and it's enabling the live development on the dev site. So now that the dev site is ready, so here in the terminal I am logged in into the dev site and I am in the live dev folder. So I will run a drush update command to update the modules and Drupal core if it's available. So now the drush command is actually contacting drupal.org to see if there are any updates available for the site. So it might take a while to get the list of updates. And here we see that the Drupal core currently it's 7.27 and 7.28 is available, and there are a couple of other modules. So CK editor, and it's good for tests that we created a test account so we can log in as an editor and see if anything changed in the process because the CK editor has been updated. So I will run the update and update to the core, yes. So now dev will have the updated modules and core, and QA will have the production currently outdated version. So there are pending database updates. So I will run the database update command. And after the update has been performed on database, I will clear cache. Okay, all cache was cleared, so no need to explicitly clear the cache. Drush took care of it. So I will go to one of my development site where the Drulenium module is already installed for testing these dev and QA. So here Drulenium, I will configure it. Here I will name the release for the QA snapshot. QA before site upgrade. And here I want to test the site qa.edx.org. I want to test the pages, some node creation forms like course creation and blog post. So I have the paths, node add course, as well as node add blog post. And I will test as the demo user I created. So passwords are stored in plain text. That's why I'm not using real accounts. I created a demo user before the test, and after the test is done, I will delete this test account. And once the snapshots are ready, an email notification will be sent to this address. So here, this should be of the format. Let's try. Take snapshot. And there's an error that the site is not accessible from outer remote servers. That's because the QA site has basic authentication enabled. So like if you go to qa.edx.org, it's not accessible by the public. It asks for a username and password, and which can be provided through the URL in the format of user colon password at the rate of the qa.edx.org. So I will do that, and I will pause the video for a minute so that you don't see the username and password. So now that I entered the username and password for the base URL, and for the editor user account, I will take the snapshot. So the request has been added to the queue, and now the remote servers will process it and take the snapshots as the user that we configured, the demo user. So remotely, they will go to the page and log in and take the snapshot of that page. So we will again configure to test the dev site so that we can compare both dev and QA. Demo dev after site upgrade, and https dev.edx.org, and again I will pause the video so that I can enter the username and password for the browser basic authentication. So now that I entered the username and password in the base URL, I will leave the rest as it was configured for QA so I can test the same pages as the same user. I will provide the password here and send an email to that after it's done. So now the request has been created to take the snapshots on the dev environment too. I will go back to the dashboard, and I see that I have two releases that I configured earlier, QA before site upgrade and dev after site upgrade. I will compare these two. And now a comparison request will be sent to the remote server. So when the snapshots are ready and when the comparison report is ready, I will get an email notification that they are ready. So I'll pause here for a while in the video so that we save some time, and I'll come back after the snapshots have been created and the comparison report is created. Okay, now that we have the comparison report between the QA and the dev, we see that there is difference between QA and dev. So let's see that on the blog post there is 29% difference, and let's see the highlighted differences. So here there is some small pink that we can ignore. So I see some difference near the WYSIWYG editor. So let's see the GIF, animated GIF out of it. And clearly the editor is missing in the dev environment after the site upgrade. So if we look at dev, if I go to configuration, content authoring, CK editor, I see that CK editor is not installed because we upgraded the CK editor module. The required CK editor library required version is missing, so the CK editor is not working. So this way I was able to find the errors with the site upgrade, fix it by updating the site library, and thus the site will work. And thanks for watching. Please leave your comments.